All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Just going to weigh in on some quick thoughts on the Razer Viper V3 Pro. Now, this is going to be Razer's flagship gaming mouse. This is going to weigh in at a ultralight 55 grams, which is very, very lightweight. Now, guys, one of the first things I look for when testing a new mouse is actually the quality of the skates, because the quality of the skates can actually make a lightweight mouse feel very heavy if the skates are bad. And I use the Logitech G Pro Superlight 2 as an example. These skates I really dislike. They are just very sandy and sandpapery, and they just do not slide very well. This is also an ultra lightweight mouse, but the Razer mouse feels way lighter than the Logitech simply because of those skates. When you drag the Logitech around, it just feels like you're doing just that. You're dragging it. It just feels so slow. The quality of skates on the Razer are actually very smooth and very slippery, and it just kind of glides on its own, and you have so much control. They're really, really, really good, and that's, again, one of the first things I always notice when I look at a new mouse. Okay, a couple other things to note. So the second thing I always look for is the quality of the clicks, because that also makes a big difference. If the clicks are hard to actuate, then you end up losing a lot of your shots because it's just harder to make it intuitive, and it's harder to use muscle memory as a means of actuating those clicks. You have to actually kind of go out of your way and think about it if the clicks are too heavy. But in this case, I think they're very good. Here's a sound test. They are a little bit loud. So I'd say probably in an office environment, you could get away with it. Again, I used the Logitech G Pro Superlight as a comparison. These are so loud, you guys. I used to use this in an office environment, and then I got rid of it because it was just, I got so self-conscious. If you're at home alone, you know, it's not gonna matter, but I don't know why they make it so loud. It does not need to be that way. These are a little bit loud, but it's not so bad. The scroll wheel is also really, really good. There's a very distinct stage in between each cycle, and you know, they don't all just kind of mush together. So if you're scrolling through things and you want to be precise, the scroll wheel I like a lot. I also like the rubbery grip. It's just very easy to grip. Razer's always had pretty good scroll wheels in my opinion. And then clicking it also is great too. Now the real question, the side buttons, because these are oftentimes where a lot of mice will kind of slack. But these ones are great, guys. There's no, you know, if you kind of click on it and then pull your finger away, they don't stick to your finger. There's no like weird rattling going on that you find in like some Corsair mice, for example. They just feel very, very solid, and I think they're very, very well placed. Overall, the buttons and clicks, I would say, are very, very good on this. As far as the shape goes, it is pretty much a symmetrical shape, so it's going to be, you know, just pretty much universal to most people. I like how there's no RGB on this mouse. They just have kind of a more subtle Razer logo, which I think looks better. Okay, real quick, let's just look and see what you get in the box. So this is the box, so we're gonna unload that. Now, one thing to note, and this could be a deal breaker for some, but this mouse does not use a USB dongle. It sort of uses this USB hub thing. So you have to kind of plug this into your computer or just kind of have it sit on your desk somewhere. I don't like that because it just adds, you know, cables on your desk, and I like wireless mice because they're wireless. But I guess, you know, if you really care about just zero latency or as close to zero as possible, you may prefer that. But wireless mice are so good these days, I don't think you really need to have a USB hub like this. But on the bright side, it is USB-C, so that is good. Now, if you continue to unload the box, or open the box rather, you'll notice we get this really beautiful braided cable. It's just an awesome cable, even if you don't use it for this particular mouse. You know, sometimes people have a lot of these cables laying around. It just looks and feels very premium, so I like that about it. Now, the other cool thing you get with this mouse is going to be The grips, the grip tape, those are awesome. You definitely need it for mice like, again, the Logitech G Pro Superlight 2. This mouse is very slippery without them. Now with the Razer, I would say you actually really don't need it. I mean, the mouse, the shape is very grippable. You probably don't need these, but they do add some really just amazing texture. So that's good. Guys, Razer mice have really grown in quality over the years, and I just feel like you're getting an awesome, awesome package with this. So that's that. Now, putting all this aside, a few more things with the mouse itself. So this mouse does have onboard memory profiles. So you can save a bunch of macros to this mouse, and you can also save some DPI configurations, and then you can cycle through them by pressing this button. And then each time you press that button, it's gonna cycle through the DPI cycles. And then if you want to turn the mouse off, you just press and hold this, and then you'll eventually see that light shut off like that. So that's how you shut the mouse off. Now, another thing to note with this mouse, you guys, which is really unfortunate, is that this is not going to be compatible with Mac as far as the native Razer software goes. So the Razer Synapse that this mouse uses to configure itself, you cannot install on a Mac. You can only install it on a Windows. That really sucks because it does leave out a lot of people. But you can use third-party apps like Steer Mouse, for example, on Mac OS to customize some macros with this mouse. I never liked that app personally. I think it's a little bit invasive and kind of weird and cumbersome. So honestly, if you have a Mac, I probably wouldn't buy this. But if you do have a Mac, you can save custom DPI levels onto this mouse and then cycle through them. That'll work on a Mac, but you cannot save macros onto this and have it work on a Mac. It doesn't work, only on a Windows. So that is a con for sure. But otherwise, you guys, if I had a Windows PC, I would definitely make this my primary mouse. It is really awesome. The grip just feels amazing. Like, it feels so precise, and just again, the scroll, the feet, everything about this mouse is just really dialed in. And I think Razer has come a long way over the years, and I would definitely recommend this mouse for sure. Definitely for, you know, a little bit bigger hands. My hands are pretty big. This is a long mouse. If you have small hands, I would say this is not going to work for you very well. Also, if you do not like doing claw or fingertip grip, this mouse is probably not for you. So if you prefer like palm grip or whatever, this is not really a palm grip mouse. This is more of a fingertip / claw. So just keep that in mind. But awesome mouse for office use if you have like a home office. Clicks are a little bit loud, but otherwise I would give this a solid like 8 out of 10. My only two complaints are, again, lack of Mac OS support and the loud clicks. Other than that, I would say this is a perfect mouse. Thanks for watching.